Hey everybody, my name is Kenny Wilkins and I'm going to be talking about propaganda. Edward Bernays' Propaganda. If you haven't already copped this book, how the media is influencing you and changing your perception and is able to control society like a little puppet. Controlling you, making you do basically whatever they want. Just do. Controlling you like a little puppet on a little string. How are they doing this? And it's all through propaganda. First, let's look at the definition of propaganda. Propaganda is the dissemination of information, facts, arguments, rumors, half-truths, or lies to influence public opinion. I'm pretty sure you heard this little cliche. I'm pretty sure it's nothing new to you that 6 companies control all forms of media. 6 companies control all forms of media. You got GE, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, CBS. These people control all forms of media, from the radio to newspaper, movies, everything. If you see it on TV, if you hear it on the radio, they control it. They got their little palms, their little hands all up in that. But do you understand the implications of this? Like, you can hear this, you can see this, but do you really understand the implications of these actions?
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about the troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Now, just for fun, I would like to run a little simulation with you guys to see just how easy the media can influence you and control your life. Let's look at the numbers of influenza diseases from 2018 to 2019. CDC estimates that influenza was associated with more than 3.5 million illnesses, more than 6.5 million medical visits, 490,000 hospitalizations, and 34,200 deaths during the 2018-2019 flu season. All right. Now, I just gave you some numbers on 2018 flu statistics from the people who were infected, the people who went to the hospital, the people who were hospitalized, and the people who died. Over 34,000 people died. Now, let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to the year 2021. We are in the year 2021, and we are looking back at the coronavirus outbreak. Big coronavirus outbreak. We remember that time, man. They shut down everything, man. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't go to school. They shut down everything, man. Everybody had to stay in house. They shut down the NBA, man. That coronavirus, man, that stuff was huge. It was big. It impacted so many people's lives, man, that coronavirus. And let's pretend that these were the same statistics as the coronavirus. 500,000 people was hospitalized due to the coronavirus. Man, big headline news all over. 500,000 people were hospitalized. Over 6.5 million medical visits was due to the coronavirus. 16.5 million due to the coronavirus. Over 34,200 people had died of the coronavirus. Oh my goodness, this is huge. 34,000 people had died of the coronavirus. Now, I could, if I owned every news corporation and all the news media outlets, I could literally do the exact same thing they're doing today with the regular flu. And get the same effect from you guys. I can control society from using the same tactics they're doing today, and I can use it with the regular flu. Now, let's see, 34,000 people had died from the regular flu from 2018 to 2019. Now, what if I, every hour, on the hour, reported every single one of these deaths? 34,000 people died. Every hour on the hour, I'm telling you about every single one of these people who died. Every hour on the hour. Every hour on the hour, I'm telling you all kinds of stories. 34,000 people is a lot of people. Old people died. Young people died. People who were middle aged died. Some people had family, kids, wife. Some people had big dreams. They wanted to do big dreams in life, but they died due to the illness. Over 500,000 people were hospitalized due to the coronavirus. Now, if you was to look at those numbers, and if you was to look at these headlines, you'll be like, man, that's a lot of people. Man, a lot of people died. 34,000 people died. Man, that's a lot of people. When really, those are average numbers, people. Those are really just average numbers. People die all the time, including one of the reasons people die is through flu-like illnesses. All the time, coronavirus or not. 34,000 people had died during 2018 to 2019. Now, you didn't even notice. But if I was to tell you this every hour on the hour, every single person who died, their whole background story, young, old, middle-aged, every single thing, every hour on the hour, you will be paranoid. You will be panicking. You wouldn't know what to do. And this is how the media manipulates society. This is what they're doing right now. Every hour on the hour, they're telling, if somebody just died, they just told you. Old person died, hey, this guy was old, blah, 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 he just died. Young person died, hey, this guy, he's young. He's dying from the coronavirus too. Middle age, they're telling you every person who died, every hour on the hour. And this is how they're manipulating you. This is how they're getting you scared. You don't know what to do. Washing your hands 50,000 times a day. This is how they're able to manipulate you. And I hate to be cynical. But people die, people. This is called life. This is called life. There's hurricanes. I'm Haitian, man. I'm a Haitian man. Yeah. There was a big hurricane, wiped out a whole bunch of people in Haiti, man. People died. I mean, it's sad. It's very sad. But you know what? That's life. That's life. People die. People die from all kinds of things. People die from sick. People die from influenza, swine flu, regular flu. 34,000 people die every year. Now, if I'm the media and I want to control society, I will report this every hour on the hour, and you could do the same exact thing in 2018 to 2019 and you got this new disease, coronavirus. You're doing the same exact thing. They could have did it with anything, really. The effect would have been the same. If I would have told you these numbers, and you was to look back at 2018, 2019, we're in the year 2021, and you was to look back at the coronavirus of the year March 2020, you would be like, man, that's a lot of people. 34,000, man, that's a lot of people that died. But I can make this thing as big as possible by reporting it every hour, on the hour, nonstop, telling you, young, old. I'll give you all the information. These people, I'll tell you every single person who died life story on the news. And this is how they're able to manipulate society, people. Oh my God. I just got a text message from my friend. He's in Japan. He's sending me this video. I got to share this with you. Oh my God, I was wrong. Coronavirus is actually really bad. It's really bad. Oh my God, I got to share this video. Japan is going crazy right now.
Hello friends, James Corbett, CorbettReport.com here from the panic-stricken climes of Western Japan. I know many of you have been asking about how Japan is reacting to this crisis, and Oh, I gotta say, you know those Godzilla movies where everybody's panicking in the streets of Tokyo as Godzilla stomps through the city center and everyone's in total carnage? I never thought I would live to see the day where that is actually happening in real life. And I still don't. That's right, folks. Strangely enough, the streets are not eerily quiet, just regular. It's just a regular day. People going about their regular business. Business being the key word. No panic, no pandemonium, no closures really. The schools have been closed, as you might have heard, but other than that, everybody's going about their regular routines. Why is that? We're here in East Asia, the epicenter of this global pandemic freakout, right? Surely we should be in total carnage right now, like so much of the rest of the world in lockdown, talking about martial law and all of this. No, not here. Why is that? Actually, there's a real learning opportunity here because I think this shows us something about what's really happening here. Namely, that this is a psychological phenomenon that has more to do with social conditioning than it does with boots on the ground reality. Because you see, as I have talked about in my recent work, authoritarians of every stripe have been lusting after the excuse to impose the medical martial law scenario on its citizens. Every tyrant loves to flex his or her muscles in situations like this and to condition the public to accept the pronouncements of authorities, would-be authorities in the future. But not the Japanese government. No, Japanese are being told everything's fine, continue business as usual, no cause for alarm or panic or freak out, no martial law, no lockdowns, no quarantines. Again, why is that? Is it because there's far fewer cases here than anywhere else? No, far from it. It's because, well, there are a couple of reasons, but one, the Japanese government actually has its incentive on the other side. You see, people are not being told to freak out, at least at this point, about the coronavirus scare because of this. Oh, that's right. Japan is the Japanese government desperately is pretending that the Tokyo 2020 games are going to proceed as planned this summer. I think we know by now it is not. But the Japanese government hasn't woken up to that reality yet, so they are still pushing business as usual in Japan. Everything's fine. It's okay. We've got it under control. Everyone go about your daily routines. So, I think there is a lesson to learn from this. Namely, as we looked at in a recent Propaganda Watch episode on to hoard or not to hoard, you freak out when the governmental authorities tell you to freak out, and you don't freak out when they tell you not to freak out. Do you understand, citizen? So, when the Japanese government wakes up to reality and realizes that the Tokyo 2020 games are not going to go ahead as planned, that is precisely when I will expect the crackdown to occur. We will be told at that point to begin panicking, and the various martial law crackdown and quarantine and lockdown and all of that drill will be implemented here as everywhere else.
So not only can the media use propaganda to insert fear into the population, they can also use it to manipulate behavior, to get you to do things from a social standpoint, from every single aspect. They can manipulate you because they control your perception. Just like the Japanese government, they think the Olympics is still going to go on. So they're like, hey man, just be cool, just be cool, just be cool. But when they find out, like, hey, run, blah, 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 blah. It's all in your head, people. Do, 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 on a string, got you. On a string, I control you. Hey, just put it on the news, bro. You see it. By me showing you, I can show you anything. I can show you people dying from a whole bunch of stuff, and it will create the same exact effect. That's what you don't understand.
Which gets recorded, put up on Twitter, then reported as a news event in media all around the world, including in Reuters. I couldn't find that Reuters story again after having read it over a week ago, but I did find this on NBC New York. New Yorkers do their part to help flatten the curve by yelling out their windows. Again, they have made a literal news story out of this single isolated event of someone yelling out their window. If I go out and yell out my window, 9/11 was an inside job,
What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
think that is going to be reported internationally as a major news story? Of course not. At the very best, it's, some crazy guy was calling us and everyone called the cops, yay, something like that. But of course not. It is because the media is trying to model, specifically showing you how you are supposed to use this terminology, what it is for, and ultimately what this is for revolves around another term that is being quietly embedded in the public consciousness: quarantine shaming. U.S. navigates radical new social norms, by Jillian Flaccus for the Associated Press, March 19th, 2020.
Now, I've been called a lot in my 23 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
Donkey of the Day for Friday, March 20th goes to Evangeline Lilly. Okay, if you don't know who that is, but you are a fan of all things Marvel like me, then you know Evangeline. What the hell is her name?
Evangeline
Lilly. Okay, she plays the character of Hope Van Dyne, a.k.a. the Wasp from Ant-Man and the Wasp. I didn't even know her real name until this morning when I read this story. Okay, now I'm going to read you what she posted yesterday on Instagram, and I know some of y'all going to agree with her, and I'm going to tell all of y'all why that is stupid after I read it. Now, Evangeline Lilly posted on Instagram yesterday, #morning tea. Just dropped my kids off at gymnastics camp. They all wash their hands before going in. They are playing and laughing. #business as usual. Now, what makes this all the more stupid is that Lily not only lives with her 2 young children, but also with her father, who has stage 4 leukemia. Leukemia already makes the immune system weak, so if her father catches coronavirus, it's probably a wrap. But nope, Evangeline is throwing caution to the wind because, in her words, the coronavirus is just a respiratory flu and perhaps a political ploy by the government. Okay, she posted on Instagram, there's something every election year. She posted, where we are right now feels a lot too close to martial law for my comfort. Okay, she continued by saying, let's be vigilant right now, keeping a close eye on our leaders, making sure they don't abuse this moment to steal away more freedoms and grab more power. See, this is a combination of her just being stupid.
Wow, Charlemagne. In the book Propaganda, they got this thing called a controlled opposition. Smells just like it. Smells just like it. Controlled opposition. They own all the media, of course. Amen. Get this message out there. Out of all the stories, amen. Shame her. Make her. She's a donkey of the day. Make sure nobody does this shit. Stay your ass in house, bruh. Stay in the house, bruh. Or else. Ooh. Really? Oh, she's stupid. She thinks something's wrong with the government. She is stupid. Plain stupid. On a string. Got your ass on a string. Ooh. I mean, it's not like the government or whatever, they planned for all of this. I mean, it's not like they planned any of this at all. Like, it wasn't planned at all. It wasn't planned. None of this was planned. But if you look at this thing called Event 201, let's take a look at Event 201 and what exactly they did on Event 201, the global pandemic exercise. What was they talking about? Months later, a global pandemic happened. What was they talking about at Event 201?
It began in healthy-looking pigs, months, perhaps years ago. A new coronavirus spread silently within herds. Gradually, farmers started getting sick. Infected people got a respiratory illness with symptoms ranging from mild flu-like signs to severe pneumonia. The sickest required intensive care. Many died.
The mission of the Pandemic Emergency Board is to provide recommendations to deal with the major global challenges arising in response to an unfolding pandemic. The board is comprised of highly experienced leaders from business, public health, and civil society.
We're at the start of what's looking like it will be a severe pandemic. And there are problems emerging that can only be solved by global business and governments working together.
Public health agencies have issued travel advisories, while some countries have banned travel from the worst affected areas. As a result, the travel sector is taking a huge hit. Travel bookings are down 45%, and many flights have been canceled.
Governments need to be willing to do things that are out of their historical perspective, or for the most part, it's really a war footing that we need to be on.
We shouldn't underestimate the power of entrepreneurship. We need to escalate that, whether it's through the government's helping with tax breaks or subsidies of that nature to increase manufacturing of those types of products. It can happen quickly. A Marshall-type plan, don't mean to say that exactly, but a Marshall plan that can go into effect can stimulate change very quickly.
Literally, these people had a meeting October 18, 2019 about a global pandemic exercise about, guess what? Out of all diseases in the world, coronavirus. By the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Oh my God. Months later, a global pandemic happens. I mean, it's all coincidence, people. It's all coincidence. Coinky dinky. You guys are y'all so funny, man. Y'all are hilarious, man. Y'all look like straight up ostriches, bruh. You look like a damn ostrich. Head in the sand. Head in the sand, ostrich looking motherfucker. Goddamn. Straight up ostrich. And you want to know the icing on the cake? You want to know the icing on the goddamn cake? Guess what? They gave away coronavirus plush toys at the events. Little toys. Coronavirus toys. I swear, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up, I swear to God. You cannot make this up, I swear to God. But I can't wait. I can't wait to see the look on your guys' face. When is the flip finally gonna switch? When is the switch gonna flip? I can't wait to see y'all face. Y'all really think life is gonna continue normal? Y'all really think in 2 weeks, in a month, it's all just gonna blow over? This is just gonna blow over and life is gonna continue as normal. I can't wait to see the look on it. When is it gonna click? When is it gonna click? You guys are hilarious, man.
The new normal. You may have noticed that they are promoting a new normal right now, and this is one aspect of it. Quarantine, shaming, social distancing, flattening the curve. And from Canada, where, of course, the exact same social distancing propaganda has been spewed in the public faces for a couple of weeks. And now, what is the inevitable result of this? Latest from the Globe and Mail. Federal, local governments consider fines, prison to enforce social distancing. The federal government will use tough enforcement measures, which include the threat of prison and massive fines if Canadians don't take self-isolation and self-distancing seriously. We're not going back to normal. Social distancing is here to stay for much more than a few weeks. It will upend our way of life, in some ways, forever. To stop coronavirus, we will need to radically change almost everything we do. How we work, exercise, socialize, shop, manage our health, educate our kids, take care of family members. We all want things to go back to normal quickly, but what most of us have probably not yet realized, yet will soon, is that things won't go back to normal after a few weeks or even a few months. Some things never will.
Bro, I'm excited, man. The Matrix is finally coming to an end. One way or another, you gotta get woke, bro. You gotta get woke, bro. It's a matter, bro. It's for a long time, people have just been sweeping it under the rug, ignoring it. Y'all see the guys in dresses. How many celebrities you see in dresses? What? It's gonna take about 5 more people wearing dresses for you to realize, man, something's going on. Y'all just keep sweeping it under the rug. Sweeping it under the rug. What is it? What is it? What they got, Little Yachty? What is it? It's gonna take about 5 more. No. After 5 more times, that's when you're gonna wake up, right? That's that. Bro, I'm excited, bro. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, bro. This is funny, bro. Propaganda, man. No, learn, man. Pick up a book all this time, man. Pick up a book. Learn how they manipulating your dumb ass, bro. Learn it. Learn the techniques. Learn the techniques, boy. You think life about to be normal in a couple weeks. You funny. You funny, bro. Oh, man. Well, man, I want to make this quick video, man. I'm out. Peace.